I shuddered and stopped, staring at the person who was guiding me. Hello. It's Hedalisa in her unchanging fox mask. The girl was gently holding my elbow.
Что ты здесь?
Why are you...
А ведь я тебя потерял.
I lost sight of you.
Потерял, потому что зазевался.
You did, because you were careless. I squinted in suspicion. So that face is like, what the fuck?
И давно ты за нами идешь?
How long were you following us?
Что значит давно? Я всегда была рядом.
What do you mean, how long? I was always by your side.
Да и за кем?
And
За
who's
вами.
us? Stunned, I looked around, but I couldn't find Roma or Biasha. And I felt her cold finger on my wrist.
Пойдем же.
Let's go.
Мы собирались искать Вову.
We were going to look for Volva. Oh, this is fine. Not a chance to catch my breath. She started dragging me along the forest. This is fine. You need to really be looking at me like that? I was enveloped by the smell of tangerines, coffee, and firecrackers. I felt like I was a small kid again, being led into the unknown. I saw the dark silhouettes of trees ahead. The bushes, hedgehogs were wary, showing us their spikes. Something rectangular appeared in our way, like a small box. I became petrified. I touched the edge of my eyes, pulling back the eyelid as if I was trying to correct my vision. No. No, it's a garage. No. No. You just heard about that. The garage made of metal rose upright from the windfall. It was big. No, huge. Impossible to move without special equipment. Its walls were painted black, even blacker than the darkness around us. The fox sniffed around it. It seemed like her mask twisted in disgust.
Это здесь.
This is the place. The worried voice of my companion scared me even more than this horrifying metal box.
Здесь?
Here?
Я слышу его запах.
I could smell him.
Может, Вова играет с нами в прятки, и он решил спрятаться
Maybe Volva is playing hide and seek with us, and he decided to hide
внутри.
inside. Felt like I saw smoke form tentacles that split off garage, searching for something in the wilted leaves. These tentacles slithered along the snowy blanket, getting closer to our feet. There was a scary screeching sound coming from the other side of the huge black metal gates. Somebody, or something, definitely waited for us inside. I have no other option! I don't wanna... Hello! Hi! I'm here! I thought that my nervous movements were similar to that of a marionette dangling in the hands of a puppeteer. I don't want to do this. What the fuck was that? Clinking glass? Oh, that's the light flickering, making weird sounds. I stepped towards the garage. I think actually the Foley artist did use glass for that. I stepped towards the garage, holding my breath. Oh no. I don't want to do this. I gave the sheet metal door a small knock on my knuckles. Hello! Ah! And then jump back. I heard rusty meat hooks jingle on the thick metal chains, awakening someone huge who crawled to open the black gates. Nothing happened! Oh, thank goodness! Elisa, could you hold my hand? I am scared. Come back. Elisa, I'm scared. Come back. I see you over there. Come back. Hold my hand. I'm scared. Heart was racing. Still nothing. Knock, knock. Elisa, do not leave me here! I hesitated to turn my back to the garage, so I took a couple Run! Holy shit! Stumbling all over the place, I rushed into the night that was swarming with shadows. I ran behind the crooked of a pine, sure that Elisa was by my side. But after a moment I passed, I realized the girl was nowhere to be found. The forest was mumbling its ancient chants. Elisa, how dare you do this? Squeaking, ticking, rustling, do not... I froze. I didn't know how much time had passed before I realized that I was standing in complete darkness in a circle of trees that were shooting up their trunks high into the sky. Everything around me moved, trembled. My ears went numb from all the rustling. The treetops melted into darkness of cosmos. The brushes became empty cells, whose occupants were suddenly set free. I felt like Claude Fang could fly out of that darkness into my stunned face at any moment. I heard a scream somewhere far away.
Anton!
Is that my dad? Someone was looking for me, just like that boy who went missing. Tears stung my eyes. A big drop fell from my lashes.
Anton!
I'm here! The scream was closer now, and for a moment I even believed that I was about to be saved.
Я здесь!
I'm here! Oh! One of the trees moved! It wasn't Romka, nor was it Biasha. An adult, tall, with long arms. Many shadows that looked like dogs stuck around behind his back, but those beasts were much larger than Sonka. Oh no! Save out of fear! Oh no! It broke! Help! It broke! Up! The game crashed. You can't crash there! That was there! I'm so scary! Oh, fuck, I skipped that. I stood still like a deer, pierced by the lights of an oncoming truck, and the beast all stared at me. In the semi-dark without my glasses, I could see very little, but it was still more than enough for me to freeze in terror. The foul smell of animal piss and wet fur enveloped the clearing, when the creepy procession with the giant at its head moved towards me. No! My legs gave way because of fear, and I fell to my knees in the snow. It looked like I was praying to that figure, to the trees, to the darkness. I didn't dare lift my eyes, so when he got close, showering me with his stench, for a moment I thought that his legs were covered in gray fur. I shut my eyes so tight that red circles started dancing on the inside of my eyelids. I don't want to look, but I could hear everything. His breath was akin to sandpaper that was scratching at my ears. His voice was deep, hoarse. No, it wasn't a voice. A roar. I fished my grandma's chant out of the pool of my memory. Ashes to ashes, dust to dust, ashes. I got a stench and roaring in reply. No, thank you. Words could never protect against claws and fangs. I was helpless. And then I heard a familiar sweet voice nearby.
Ну же, скорей! Попробуй его на вкус!
Come on, do it. Get a taste of him. No! Elisa, you're telling me you just told me to eat me. Why would you do that? Something hot slid across my throat like a meaty, sticky rope. Oh, he licked me. Disgusting. Can I save now? If I save it, like, fucking really right here. No? Okay, well, I can't seem to save, period, but that's fine. Someone's tongue.
Я же говорила, хозяин!
I told you, master.
Это наш зайчик.
He's our bunny.
Позаботься о нем.
Please take good care of him. Oh, From the narrow embrasures of the barely lifted eyelids covered by my trembling fingers, I watched a horrifying silhouette tower over me. I was taking in the smell of kennels, composite pits, and moss. In front of me stood a scary, horned beast with the presence of a monarch. His posture told me of his electrifying nobleness. His horn supported the clouds, and his popped out acromas, I think, pierced into my ready-to-pop eyes with a thorny stare. His hands were full of gifts. Oh, candy! I'm good! I really don't want candy right now. I need new pants. Candy fell into the snow, sparkling with its fancy wrappers, silvery packets of chocolate bars, and a chupa chups sticking out from the snow pile with its plastic stick. For you! Candy rained at my feet. Thank you! I'm good! I need new pants, though. A gun! Oh, Jesus, hi! A doll fell nearby, and then it started raining toys, like a spitting top. A teddy bear with a torn-up nose, red-headed Carlson without a propeller, a tiny soldier with a flag, firefighter truck, a crop duster plane. Toys weren't covered in blood, but my imagination was painting them with red splotches and crimson leaking all on its own. A horned shadow of the beast moved over the treasures that once belonged to unknown kids. Take. I'm good. He looks terrified, as he should be. Hairy hands reached into the surrounding darkness, took out a mangy bunny mask that was haunting me. Ah! And forcefully pulled it over my face. No! There was spit in that! Bunny. The shadows of beasts around us slowly and graciously stood up on their rear legs. Ah! And then a light hit my face, shattering the monster's figure in two. Put my hand up to protect myself. Flashlight's rays slid down. Dad, it's you!
Антон!
Dad, oh my god!
Вот ты где.
There you are.
Ты совсем сдурел?
Are you out of your mind?
Это вообще как понимать?
What's this all about? I was staring at my dad, completely stunned, to the space where the monster had just been a moment ago. The clearing was enveloped in darkness again. I could still barely make out the outlines of toys and candy in the snow. I'm sure if I was brave enough to get close to the bushes, I'd find animal prints there.
Язык проглотил?
Got your tongue, huh?
Одноклассники твои к нам пришли.
Your classmates came to us.
Сказали, ты сбежал от них в лес, в самую чащу и...
They said that you ran away from them deep into the forest and...
Что это за дрянь ты напялил?
What the hell are you wearing? Pulled the mask down from my sweaty face and threw it in the heap of toys. Branches cracked in the distance. I pressed myself into my father's chest, engulfed by fear, and he started looking around, alerted. It spoke in a tone of a voice that was much more nervous.
Так, пойдем отсюда скорее.
Okay, let's get out of here.
Мать узнает, такой нагоняй нам устроит, мало не покажется.
If your mother learns of this, she'll be so mad at us that we'll never forget this day. I reached out for my father, still feeling the chilling embrace of fear. I grabbed his firm hand, felt his quick pulse with my fingertips, then stood up and wobbled along behind my father, following his barely discernible footprints. Back to civilization, back to light, back to the road where my dad had parked his car.
Чтобы дома ни слова, ясно?
Not a word about this at home. Got it?
Ни единого намека, где я тебя нашел.
Don't even hint at where I found you.
Да, пап.
Alright, Dad. Mom's immediately gonna be like, yo, where's your glasses? He was holding my hand as if it was the most precious thing in the world and kept telling me how afraid he is to lose me or Olya. But it wasn't that sticky, like an animal tongue fear. His fear was noble, crystal clear diamond. I just nodded in reply and kept moving my feet. And then I heard a familiar voice coming from behind me.
Помни,
Remember?
пока ты со мной, никто тебя здесь не тронет.
As long as you're with me, nobody will lay a finger on you here. The car sped towards our house. Oh, wow. The shed. No. No, 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 no. Pressed my cheek against the window and saw a short building among the trees. Shack darker than night. Knew it was hidden inside the thicket. A crypt made of metal. It almost felt like it was following us. A moment passed and the building disappeared around the corner. I gulped down my dolor. What does that mean? Oh. And the white snowflakes just kept dancing in the starry sky. Ah, home sweet home. Thank fucking God. That shit was terrifying. Look what the cat dragged in. Mom was going out scared, piercing my dad with her trademark glare. Her face showed something between wrath and condescension. Suddenly her gaze shifted to me and stayed for a dangerously long time.
Так, я не поняла. Антон,
Hey,
а где очки?
what's this?
Потерял?
Where are your glasses, Anton? Did you lose them?
Да в школе поди забыл, простофиля.
This dummy probably just forgot them at school. A venomous pause followed.
Весь в тебя.
He's your son, all right. Dad glared at Mom and then mischievously winked at me, reminding me of our deal.
Ну ничего, есть же запасные. Проживем как-нибудь.
Well, we have spare glasses, so we'll manage somehow. My parents stood in silence a bit longer, and then both of them went to mind their own business. Olya threw herself into my arms before I could even take off my coat.
А
Oh,
я лису видела!
I saw a fox! Oh no. Surprised akin to a shotgun blast. I can only flap my lips in reply. A cup shattered into many pieces with a loud bang. My mom let it fall from her hands. Her face was pale and her eyes were glued to the ground. This pause, just a split second, felt like an eternity. And my mom spoke with disappointment. First it was an owl, now it's a fox? Will you ever get tired of this?
Правда, правда!
But it's true!
Такая пушистая!
She was so fluffy!
Она у забора стояла на задних лапах, совсем как человек.
She stood on her back legs near the hedge, just like a person. Oh, you don't say.
Она меня позвала, а тут мама вышла, и лиса убежала.
The fox called my name, but then Mom came and she fled. There was no fox. Stop making things up. There was definitely a fox.
Не подходи к ней.
Don't go near her. If it was necessary, I was ready to shake my sister as if she was a doll made of cloth.
Ты чего, Тоша?
What's wrong, Tosha?
Не подходи, слышишь?
Don't go. You hear me? Mom entered the hallway and gave me a surprised look. I hesitated.
Ну, лиса ведь укусить может.
Well, a fox will bite you. I remembered fairy tales where foxes used to kidnap children. I imagined my Elisa, liberated carnivorous, running through the night forest with a dangling sack in her hands.
Это ж была не настоящая лиса.
It wasn't a real fox.
Расскажи ему, Оль.
Tell him, Olya.
Она на двух ногах ходила, а еще была в платье одета.
She stood on two legs and she wore a dress. You don't say.
Только она была взаправду.
And she was real.
Видишь?
See? Mom showed us a tired smile, as if it was the only explanation needed. I also forced myself to smile. My smile was like a thin piece of soap right before it dissolved completely on your palm. But when I was left alone with my sister, I whispered,
Еще раз увидишь ее, Беги.
If you see her again, run. Thoughts of the forest, beasts bombarded me like a rain of candy and toys. There was a hairy silhouette standing in front of me, towering over the treetops. Who was he? What happened in the forest? What's happening to me? I shut my eyes and threw the vitamins in my mouth, washed them down with water. Please stop driving me mad, please. I barely managed to force myself to do homework. Those math problems just refused to be solved. Numbers in my notebook tumbled around and mixed in a whirring dance, sometimes running over the lines. My head became heavy from the pandemonium, and I almost dropped it into the chain of numbers. My eyes felt like they were tiny weights tied to them, the type used in grocery stores. And right at that moment, I surrendered and closed my notebook. The memories of my day started flashing before my eyes. I was in the middle of the stuffy school corridor. I could see the literature classroom from here. The faces of the dead classical writers on their portraits. The prim and regal pose of our homeroom teacher, Lilia. And around the corner was her daughter, Katya, a snitch and a gossip eagerly waiting for me.
Эй, новенький, новенький.
Hey, transfer student! Transfer student!
Чего тебе, Кать?
What do you want, Katya? She got up on her tiptoes and started swaying while hiding her hands behind her back. Then she asked me with a fake smile on her face.
Скажи, пожалуйста, а чего это тебя к нам перевели?
Can I ask you something? Why did you get transferred here? I might have told the truth about this to Polina. But Katya will sell it on the market for $3, whatever the fuck that is. It would be the same as printing all my thoughts and hanging them near Vova's picture for everyone to see. So I reverted to an answer I knew by heart.
Это все из-за моих родителей.
It's all because of my parents.
У папы тут новая работа, а мама...
My dad has a new job here, and my mom... What is this audio? I keep thinking something's gonna be over here. But Katya didn't even listen to me. Just rushed towards the perked up ears of her friends, whispering something while stealing glances at me, giggling.
Да-да, конечно, конечно.
Yeah, right.
Он нас тут совсем за дурачков держит.
He takes us all for fools.
Я вот слыхала, что это все из-за его отца.
I've heard it's all because of his father.
Он недавно кому-то крутому дорогу перешел, и теперь они всей своей семейкой в нашем захолустье скрываются.
He crossed the road with some big shot, and now their family's in hiding in our remote little village.
Неправда! Ты все врешь!
That's not true. You're lying.
А слышали, как он бабулина просто так стукнул?
Oh, did you hear how he hit Barbruna out of the blue?
Это каким надо быть уродом, чтобы в первый же день так над одноклассником измываться?
What kind of freak must you be to start bullying your classmates from day one?
Прекрати! Ты же знаешь, он первый начал!
Stop. You know he started it.
И будто этого мало.
And if that wasn't enough...
Ходят слухи, что он спутался с ворюгами из шайки Ромки Пятифана.
Those rumors... and there are rumors that he's hanging out with the delinquents of Romka's gang.
Ой, девочки, сумки проверяйте.
Be careful with your bag, girls.
Того и гляди, в гардеробе вещи начнут пропадать.
I wouldn't be surprised if things started disappearing from our wardrobe.
Будем знать. Это Петров с дружками постарался.
And we'll know who to blame. Petrov and his friends.
Да-да-да.
Yes, yes, yes.
Замолчи! Заткнись!
Shut up!
Ха-ха! Вон как раскричался-то, будто ужаленный.
Look at him scream, as if something bit him.
А зрачки-то, зрачки какие широкие.
His pupils, look at how wide they are.
Опять чего доброго с катушек слетит и руки распускать начнет.
I hope he won't go insane and resort to violence again.
Не зря же его мать с таблетками пичкает.
I mean, there must be a reason his mom always feeds him those pills, right? I just stood there in confusion, trying in vain to understand how she found out about my medicine. And what scared me even more was the possibility that her nonsense had some truth mixed in it.
Да-да.
Yeah, that's right.
Он такой же ненормальный, как и его сестрица.
He's as insane as his little sister.
Представляете, к этой сумасшедшей дурочке каждую ночь прилетает сова ростом с человека.
Can you imagine her? And can you imagine, she says, a human-sized owl visits her every night?
Да-да. Только что-то ее никто из здоровых
But not a
людей
single
не
healthy person has seen it.
А этот наивный простак ей
And
верит.
this simpleton believes her.
Нет, ну вы представляете?
Can you imagine that? And I caught a single kind look from the smirking crowd.
Это правда, Антон?
Is that true, Anton?
Неужели действительно?
Are
Тебе
you
не
really-
здоровится?
Are you unwell?
Полина, послушай меня.
Polina, please listen to me.
Как же?
Yeah, right.
Не слушай этого болтуна, Полиночка.
Don't listen to the slider, Polina.
Ты еще не знаешь.
You don't even know
Он тебя на другую променял. Не из нашей школы.
that he cheated on you with someone not from our school.
На Алису.
With Arisa. Oh no, Polina slouched as if someone kicked her in the stomach, and then burst out in tears and fell to the dirty floor wailing and screaming.
Почему она, Антон? Почему?
Oh, I hear Anton. Why? I didn't mean it, Polina. It was a vote. I put it up to chat. I didn't want to. I couldn't understand her reaction, but I still rushed to Polina's side before getting shoved violently by Katya.
Убери от нее свои лапы, чудовище!
Get your paws off her, you monster! Rage was building up under the veil of my fear. I slowly rose from the cloudy mist. I felt my upper lip creep up, showing my teeth.
То, что твой отец бьет мать, еще не дает тебе права поднимать руку на девушку!
The fact that your father beats your mother doesn't give you the right to do the same to girls. My fists became hammers. I couldn't unclench them. Nobody could speak about my family like that. Came to my senses when I already lunged at the angry Katya.
Ага! Слетел-таки! Слетел!
He went nuts.
Спасите!
Look at that
Помогите!
conniving little face.
Петров с катушек слетел!
Help! Petrov went completely insane! Oh, this is worse than it was last time. At the same moment, the crowd around her became louder, started whistling and roaring, and growing. No, the subtle silhouettes of my schoolmates became larger, wider. They shot up towards the ceiling. Oh, good God! It turned into a giant black forest, chock full of toothy faces. Holy shit, no. No, I don't like this. I don't want this. What the fuck? I shrank into a tiny ball of fur and started shaking in fear before the might of the also written trunks that belonged to either trees or humans. It was impossible to tell.
Вот ты и показал свое животное нутро!
So you've finally shown your animal nature.
Трус!
Coward! What a sneer on that face. What a face! Katya's face is twisted with jubilation and ecstasy. I don't know if I would call what is happening here that. No, Polina, I'm sorry. I'm actually sorry. No. No, we can hang out tomorrow.
Чем она лучше меня?
What makes her better than me? Polina screamed while choking on her tears. He is just an
Животное!
animal.
Чужак!
An outsider. Hi. Oh. The scary flapping of wings came from the forest. A pair of giant white ears descended somewhere from above, then dug myself into them. Anton!
Пожалуйста!
Please! Wake up! Oh! I jumped up, almost falling out of bed. Apparently I was thrashing around for hours on the sweat-soaked sheets. Olia's screams pulled me out, set me free from the tentacles of fear.
Антон! Пожалуйста!
Oh, please!
Вставай! Вставай!
Wake up! Wake up! It took my eyes a while to focus on the silhouette near the window. Olia's voice was distant. My head was still ringing after the fight. Sounds got distorted, as if my ears were stuffed with cotton. My sister, as distressed as ever, just kept on repeating the same phrase.
Сова! Сова!
The owl! The owl!
Пожалуйста!
Please.
Я боюсь!
I'm scared. Her tears poured on my heart like boiling water, but I was almost thankful for the owl's appearance. Otherwise, this scared Olia wouldn't have woken me up.
Оля, я сейчас.
Wait a second, Olia.
Хочешь, я тебе Мурзилку почитаю?
Want me to read Murzika for you? What? Soviet and Russian monthly illustrated magazine for kids. Been published since 1924. Magazine uses an unidentified yellow creature wearing a scarf and red beret as a mascot. Cute.
Подожди.
Give me... I placed my bare heels on the solid floor. I felt around for my glasses. Remembered Simo, his underhanded act inside.
Антон!
Yeah, Olia?
Пожалуйста! Пожалуйста!
Yeah.
Посмотри!
Look. She couldn't tear her eyes out the window, as if it was a staring contest. On the light switch of my hand, lamp pouring bright light all over me. I got up. My vision fooled me, moving the window closer only to push it farther the next moment. My sister was just a blurry spot. Took a hesitant step forward and... I don't think that's my sister. I don't think that's my sister at all.
Оль,
Olia?
что там?
What's there?
Что-то случилось?
What happened?
Ты хочешь, чтобы я открыл шторы?
Do you want me to open the curtains?
Нет, не надо!
No, please don't!
Там же сова!
The owl is there. The voice was coming from behind. Oh. Oh no! Turned around and froze from terror. Teary-eyed Olia stood in the doorway. Uh-oh. Can I save now? Please? Can I save now? Oh, I could save now. Whew. Good, good. Oh no.
С кем ты разговаривал, братик?
Who are you talking to right now? She stared at me with eyes that were red from crying. Her hands wrapped around her shoulders. Her voice was nervous, as if she was afraid to hear my answer.
Я разговаривал с тобой. С тем, кто притворился.
I was talking to you. To someone pretending to be you. No, thank you. The ledge outside my window creaked ominously, as if something huge was sitting on top of it. Oh! And the thing that pretended to be Olia started spreading, changing shape to grow to scary heights under the light of a carnivorous moon. No. No, no. No, 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 no. No, 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 no. I don't want this. I don't want this. I don't want this. Please. No. No. I'm not coming closer or coming there. No. The voice didn't belong to my sister anymore. The thing that was hiding behind my curtains got tired of pretending, making me look like a fool. I pitched myself as hard as I could, hoping that the silhouette near the window was just a continuation of my nightmares, a hallucination brought upon the cursed home. And those don't bite, do they? The silhouette was towering over me, under the veil of the mist. I hear Olia's shrill scream when someone knocked on the window. No! I think we should put bars on the window. Don't worry about why. Came to get us! Another knock. I stepped back into the middle of the room. As if there existed nooks where I could hide from this horror. No! The sound was sharp, metallic. The lamp started shimmering and then it suddenly lighted the whole room and went out like a candle in the strong wind. The filament inside snapped with a ringing sound. Oh, fuck me. The darkness that was waiting for the exact moment poured in from all the angles, enveloped me. There's only one window left in the whole universe. Moonlight poured through it, painting everything the color of bones that were exhumed from a crypt. Olia started squealing and pressing herself into my back, seeking protection. And then, an eye, burning with carnivorous fire, stared at us from the window. No, 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 no. It wasn't trying to break the window. It was toying with us. Just kept knocking, driving us mad. No, no, no. Teddy, is that you outside the window? What are you doing? As if a giant clock was measuring the time left for us, its pendulum swinging above the abyss. Go away! Get out! Shoo! She was screaming in desperation, her hands clutching my arm like a pair of pincers. No, no, no. Come closer. I could barely make out the pair of wings that spread out above the black spot. No, don't zoom in. Tell her, Anton! Tell her that I won't be a bad girl anymore. Never ever. I just wanted to leave. Please. Oh. Moonlight suddenly disappeared and the room descended into darkness. I couldn't see the burning eye anymore. I swallowed the stinky lump that was stuck in my throat. No, don't. Do not. Do not. Do not. There's still a silhouette, which means don't go near it. I stepped towards the curtains, entranced by the call of this disfigured guest. Olia was standing behind me, mumbling, I'll be good, I'll be good, I'll be good. The bleak window was creeping closer. Curtains rustled. I reached out to move them aside so I could look my fear in the eye. At that moment, I heard a noise coming from my parents' room. Without thinking, I pulled back the curtain to the side in one swing. Hi-ya! Oh, nothing. Well, there was something shining on the ledge among the scattered feathers. My glasses. How? How do you have that? The ones that Seaman took from me. How did they get here? Was it that gift from the gurgling night? Did that owl really bring them here? I looked at the front yard, at the foreboding clearing, at the toothy forest. Not a soul, not a trace of our late night guest. Only the old lamppost, dreaming like a lone watchman among the snowy desert. Dry window frame creaked. Oh, I tore away the insulting tape and the stripes of glued newspaper. What is this about? Oh, before plastic windows became widely accessible in Russia, the cracks in frames of wooden windows were filled with cotton or pieces of cloth and sealed with self-adhesive tape. Oh, I see. Newspapers soaked in soapy water to conserve heat in the winter. I see. Hey, you got our glasses back. That's nice. It's nice. It's nice. I would like to bar this window. Please. I don't want... I would like to add some bars. I would feel much safer. Open the window with big trouble with, did that say big trouble? Did I read that right? I opened the window with big trouble. Okay. I did read that correct. I read it and I'm like, my brain said, wait, that's not right. But it's what it said. Frost pinned me with its little needles. The paintings on my walls moved from the draft. This is big trouble right here, guys. That owl, big trouble. Could tell. I touched my glasses. Sure, they would melt in my hands, but they were real. My brain was scrambling for an explanation. Simon and his gang just pulled a prank on me. That was it. This is an elaborate prank. Hesse. Yeah, that's clearly what happened. The smooth white blanket was glittering under the street lamp just outside our yard. If anybody was to get close to the house, to climb the pipe to the ledge of my window, they would surely leave footprints. But there were none. Cautiously took my glasses. I'm gonna take those. My wrist was still intact. Good! They weren't waiting to slice my hand off. Nobody pulled me into the darkness, full of restless wreathing.
Вы почему не спите?
Why aren't you in bed? I swayed from surprise and almost fell out of the window.
Совсем сдурели?
Are you out of your mind?
Жарко, что ли?
Did it feel hot in here?
Не болели давно?
Do you want to catch a cold?
Там сова была! Тоша ее прогнал!
The owl was here. Tosha chased it away.
А ну-ка марш спать к себе в комнату!
Go to your room immediately and get into your bed.
А с тобой?
And you. Mom paused, directing her seething eyes at me. She was thinking of a punishment equivalent to my crime. In the end, she just waved her hand, took Olya by the shoulder, and left, throwing gloomy words my way.
Завтра поговорим.
We'll talk tomorrow. I managed to get the frame back in place with a couple of hits, pressed in the latches with all the strength my fingers could muster. Cold left the room, but the fear was still present. Oh, I could see. I placed my glasses on my nose and started studying my reflection in the window. It didn't look like my face, more like a death mask. Just like the one worn by the boy from the notice board. That night, I was on the edge of joining him there. The black and white face was staring at me through the clearing between student heads. Oh no! And it wasn't Vova. His face was right beside it. I recognized the fat cheeks, the damaged skin. Oh no. Simon. Oh, his photo was printed out and placed under the glass like an exhibition piece. That's how we got the glasses. Oh, boy. Oh boy, this is fun. This is a fun time, guys. It's a fun time. Oh boy. I am spooked. I'm very spooked. I don't know. I don't know. It's fine, we're fine. Episode 3. On the end, the wolf's gray fur will stand. I don't know how many chapters there are out right now. I know they said they were gonna release 5. But I don't think it's the one. He's the one who hated Barbarin. You think he did it? I've heard he's a weirdo. The warm farewells Romka and Biasha shouted at the back of fleeing Simone echoed in my head.
Горло тебе перережу, слышишь?
I'll cut your throat, you hear? Maybe he did it.
Свинья!
Oh, but imagine he didn't do it, and the owl did it, and oh, you're having a bad time. You got in a fight. You landed in shit. Your friends beat you up and turned on you, and then an owl just fucks your shit up. It's a really bad day. Was Romka serious about his threats? Would he chase his former friend deep into the forest and And then what? Kill him? Just like that? No, that can't be right. I hurriedly rubbed my glasses. The glasses! Simon was clutching them in his fists while trying to escape the barrage of kicks and slaps from his friends. Former friends by now. And in just a couple of hours, this lost item was lying on the edge of my window. It's hard to imagine that Simolia suddenly got guilty conscious and returned my glasses in such a strange way. Through a messenger owl, no less. I was shell-shocked, but kept walking towards the classroom, accompanied by nasty whispers all around me. The photo still stood before my eyes. Oh boy. Simon was gone missing. Simon is gone. His fat fingers will never be able to get my throat. His signet ring won't smash into my chin. He'll never humiliate me again. Wasn't that what I wished for? On the other hand, did I really wish for Simon to become... Oh, what happened? It skipped. What did that say? Did I really wish Simon to become a murky stain on the notice board? He was still someone's son, or a grandson, and he went through the same struggles as me. Did I really wish for my unseen companion to dispatch him in such a brutal fashion? I didn't know the answer. Or I was just scared of it. Polina! Nonetheless, the school still has something nice about it. Polina, the girl with a violin, was like a mountain spring. Like a well of water that you gulp down, pressing your lips against the zinc outer ring of a bucket. You can't ever get enough. What if I make her one of the characters in the stories I draw? Protagonist will save her from terrifying monsters. Oh, the dudes. As soon as I thought of monster, a bunch of my classmates slid down the rails, smirking like xenomorphs from the Alien. I immediately felt larvae of fear wreath in my stomach. Oh god, Polina, I'm scared. I didn't want to cross paths with Romka and Vyasha after what happened yesterday, especially since Simon went missing recently. Ooh. Oh boy. I entered the classroom and went towards the last row. All the chatter suddenly died down, so I walked there in complete silence. I felt like my classmates were pushed and poked me with their stares. They carefully observed my every move. I stared at the desk with a huge pile of library textbooks on top, my fist clenched. It felt like I was the one who disappeared in that snowy forest, and my desk was finally used for something worthwhile. Simon's empty chair stood in front of me. The chair that once belonged to Vova gathered dust somewhere in another classroom. I guess I just sit down. Oh, I can look at other stuff. Oh man, what's that? An old cheap slide projector. Called this model a tank because it looked like one. There was a time when I had a lot of cool fairy tales that we used to watch with Dad in complete darkness. I remember The Little Raccoon and The One Who Sits in the Pond, Kipling's Mowgli, and many others. I was immediately swept away by the memory of the projector's hum and its hot casing, of its bright rays hitting the wall, turning it into a screen. It's a pity that the school slides are mostly about minerals and PSAs. Hey, what about this dude? Ah. I looked at the portraits of classic writers. My eyes stopped on Ensign's photos? I don't know who that is. Last year I was tasked with learning any poem. That's just I learned one about the dog, Jim. I don't remember all the stanzas by now, but the last one was somehow deeply ingrained in my memory. I'm sure she'll come here. In my absence, please catch her eye. Go kiss her hand for me. For all my real or fancied errors asking forgiveness of her in humility. Interesting. I guess I'll just sit. No stalling. I just sit. Okay. Everything looking great. Everybody's chilling. You see this girl? This probably would have been me. I used to wear my hair up like that a lot as well. After a moment of hesitation, I sat down at Barboon's desk, the place where I was supposed to be assigned by Lilia the First. The chatter resumed, as if someone just unpaused a movie.
Бабушка Бабурина такой кипиш устроила, когда он домой не явился.
Baburin's grandma made such a fuss when he didn't return home.
Сначала в школу прибежала, потом ментов вызвала.
At first she ran to the school, then called the cops. Yeah. Look at her fucking being a little shit. Whispering. Katya snuck a cunning glance at me, then leaned into her neighbor and whispered something. Girl from the second row also leaned in. She shared something with him too. Whispers, nods. I kept catching her stare on myself. Her neighbor stared too. The whole class was watching me. It's like they felt they needed to watch me because they were searching for traces of blood on my fingers. I wanted to defend myself and shout, "Guys, listen, I'm innocent!" Romka gave me a heavy, worried look. He was probably as stunned by Simon's disappearance as everyone else. But then he directed his stare straight at my face. I think he was about to point his finger at me and shout at the top of his lungs. "Everyone look! Babruin snatched his glasses yesterday and now he has them back! Murderer." But he remained silent as if there was nothing special at all about my glasses. I may be going bad, but I think Romka knows something. He knows something, but he won't tell me what. It was also possible that he didn't care at all, just like everyone else. And Romka's eyes... Then Romka shifted his eyebrows in suspicion and stared at Katya, as if informing her that he didn't believe a word she said. I wanted to believe that Romka would take my side. But Biasha, who sat sprawled in his chair with his chin pressed against the table too. But they were silent. A terrifying thought flashed my mind. Those two could easily betray me and push me off the cliff. Just like they did with Simon. Of course, because that was a flimsy alliance, and so was ours. As if looking for protection, I clutched the ruler until my hand hurt.
Не надо быть Коломбо, чтобы догадаться.
Not to be Columbo to solve this. Host? An American crime drama television series starring Peter Flocka as Crombo, a homicide detective with the Los Angeles Police Department. Never watched it.
Кто на Бабурина зуб имел?
Who held a grudge against Baburin?
Кто его вчера ударил? Поиздевался, а после...
Who hit him yesterday? Bullied him, and then... Oh fuck, what did I hit? I hit a button and it did a thing. How do I get rid of that? What came up? Was it 10? Nope. Nope. Nope, I don't know what I hit. I hit a button and that started coming up. I don't know how to get rid of that. I don't know what happened. A thing came up, but I don't know how to get rid of it. Was it... this? Oh, no. Apparently A pulls that up. I don't know how... Well, that's just here now. I don't know how... I don't know why that is there. I didn't hit anything. Or rather, I don't know what I hit. It's just... I don't know how to get rid of that. God, I moved slightly and everything breaks. But a ruler fell out of my weak fingers. It hit the ground with a jingle and that made the other kids shudder. Katya bit her tongue and squirmed nervously. Chairs scraped against the floor. My classmates moved away from me, closer to the exit, towards the teacher's desk. I was not the only one to catch the wind of that. Romka and Biasha looked around and winced in contempt. It's good that they were clearly on my side.
Да прикуси ты!
Shut it.
Бабурин, небось, с бабкой посрался и дымился.
I bet you Baburin just got a whipping from his old hag and ran off.
Скоро найдется.
They'll find him soon. How could I have...
Найдется, ага.
They'll find him, alright.
Во враге, со вспоротым брюхом.
In a ravine with his stomach cut open. Okay, well I can hit the enter key, and that does that. But nothing else that I could have possibly hit could have actually made that pop up. Oh fuck, that'll save with that in the corner. I don't want that in the corner. How do I get rid of that? I don't know how to make this go away. Why are my frames literally all over the place? It's just a picture. What is going on? Oh, it's gone. I fixed it. And then we skip all the way through. We didn't get too far into the chapter. Look at me, I'm so good with technology. I fixed it, guys.
Бабушка Бабурина такой кипиш устроила, когда он сначала... Да-да-да.
Da-da-da. Feels like a weird chime when she does it. Okay, we're almost back up to there we are. Yeah, this is a very small game, Ted, but it's okay. I fixed it. I did a big brain move called reloading the game. It's fine. And I'll save here.
Не надо. Кто его вчера...
Okay, hang on.
Да прикуси ты!
Shut it.
Бабурин, небось, бабкой посрался и скоро найдется.
There we go. This is where we left off. I gulped. Oh. I imagine Simone on a snowy bank, his face white like a fish belly, split down the middle by the crevice of his mouth, snowflakes falling on his glassy eyes and filling up his throat. See? I could almost hear his condescending tone. It's all your fault. Of course, Simon did me a favor by disappearing. Thanks to him, my classmates now stared at me in awe. That was only one side of the coin. What if I have to repay that favor soon? The door creaked. Paulina! Oh, Paulina! Oh. I straightened up in a hurry so she wouldn't see me looking like a scared critter. Paulina found me with her eyes and gave me a short nod and went to her seat. Oh, there she is! My girl! My girl! Oh, fuck. Nope. Close that software. Get out of here. I accidentally misclicked and clicked on something I wasn't supposed to. Katya rushed to her neighbor again. Like a lab rat she saw a treat. She started whispering, switching her gaze between me and Paulina. Messages on pieces of paper started jumping around the classroom. Ah, the ringer's trill announced the start of the class.
Так, заканчиваем бардак. Дети, встаньте.
Alright, stop messing around. Class, stand up.
Петров, тебя это тоже касается.
You too, Petrov. Lydia went to her desk, followed by a policeman in a uniform. He was the man that visited us recently. His stare was so sharp you could cut on it.
Здрасте.
Hello there, kids.
Здравствуйте!
Hello!
Садитесь.
You can sit down, kids.
Познакомьтесь. Это старший лейтенант Константин Владимирович
Oh,
Тихонов.
what a name. This is Senior Lieutenant Konstantin.
Он задаст вам несколько вопросов и проведет небольшую лекцию по безопасности.
He's going to ask you a couple of questions and then give you a small PSA.
Лучше лекция от милиционера, чем урок.
The class livened up. Talking to a policeman was way better than studying. I, on the other hand, was ready to sit through hundreds of hours of Russian literature just to escape the lieutenant's oppressive stare. Oh. His brown eyes felt around the classroom, looking for me. Hair stood on the back of my neck, and an icicle had lodged in my gut.
А правда, что Бабурина маньяк убил?
Is it true that Baburin got killed by a serial killer?
Екатерина, ну-ка цыц. Вопросы здесь взрослые задают.
Shh. Let the adults ask questions here.
Просто нам всем страшно.
We're all scared.
Может, убийца бродит где-то рядом?
Maybe the killer is somewhere close.
Или сидит у нас за спиной?
Maybe they're even sitting among us. Look at that sly little smirk. Is that a subtle middle finger to me that she's doing? How dare. Her sly stare was directed at me. Constantine stepped in between the rows of desks and started walking at an excruciatingly slow pace, brushing his fingers against the chairs that passed by. Some of the students almost broke their necks following his movements. That's how a crowd of commoners would gleefully anticipate a public execution in Middle Ages. And he just walked, getting closer and closer to me. I gritted my teeth to stop myself from screaming. Calm down. Breathe. You didn't kill or kidnap anyone. He already knew the answer to the question, but the Eastman still asked in a stern voice.
Петров Антон?
Yes?
Да.
Встань, Петров.
Stand up, Petrov. My muscles turned to stone. I got up, unglued myself from the chair. I felt like I could hear all of my joints. Oh god! Time to crab rave, police! Did I distract you just a bit? I got up and started crab raving, the likes of which they've never seen. We're about to get called out by a police officer, and you're just like, hey, but crab rave though. I only wish that Polina wouldn't turn around and see the grimace of horror on my face. If only I could be somewhere far away, in the forest, digging myself into a snow pile, rolling up into a ball there. The officer stared at me as if he was about to lock a pair of handcuffs on my wrists. Wonder how cold those bracelets are to the touch. They're relatively cold. I imagined myself getting jailed and put into a juvenile detention center, where tens of Siemens would constantly harass me.
Я ничего не знаю. Я тут ни при чем.
I don't know anything. I have nothing to do with this.
А тебя никто и не обвиняет.
Nobody is accusing you of anything. This feels very accusatory. You didn't ask a question to the class. You came and stood directly in front of me.
Пока что.
For now. Oh. Oh, only then I noticed a file that said case number in his hands. It had a gray cover, made from rough carton. Flopped to the desk like a guillotine blade that slid down someone's neck. With measured motion, Constantine opened the file, still studying me with his gaze. Caught a glimpse of documents and photos. He showed prints on the snow. They looked like animal prints.
Ты с Семеном Бабуриным общался?
Have you talked to Simon Baburin before?
Я знал его всего один день.
I only knew him for a day.
Все знают, Петров его ненавидел.
Everyone knows that Petrov hated him. I turned red. You ugly bitch. Sorry, I had to take a drink. I wanted to sink my teeth into Katya's face and chew out her cheek. Instead, I replied with the calmest voice I could muster.
Мы повздорили вчера.
We had a fight yesterday.
Но он первый начал.
But he started it.
Я его ударил.
So I hit him.
Сильно?
How hard did you hit him?
Да нет, так.
Not that hard. I mean, I don't have much strength, but it hurt. He looked at my fist as if he was surprised I managed to hit the big kid from the photo. Surprisingly, Lilia came to my rescue.
Бабурин проблемный подросток. С шилом кое-где.
Baburin is a troubled teen, a true pain in the rear.
Сам ко всем лез.
Always picking fights with other kids. The officer replied with a meaningful nod and fished out a notebook out of the file.
Это твое?
Is this yours? Oh. Yes. I averted my gaze. This is a math notebook with my name on it. My classmates devoured me greedily with their eyes. It felt like even the writers on the portrait squinted at me in suspicion.
Мое.
Yes.
В лесу нашли.
We found it in the forest.
Там же тракторист, что снег убирал, в последний раз видел Бабурина.
In the area where the tractor driver who was plowing snow there last saw Baburin. I started blinking in bewilderment. Mom ransacked my school bag. This notebook probably just got lost somewhere in the bushes. The lieutenant knew about the school brawl, but was he aware of the fight in the forest clearing? Eyewitnesses that could testify to Simone and I walking in different directions after that. I looked towards the boys, hopefully. Romka, who sat behind, put a finger to his lips. When the officer quickly turned around, he was pretending to pick his nose. I deciphered his signal. But I was like, Romka would probably say something like, snitches get stitches in situations like this. I frantically fixed my glasses. Wait, Simone took them away yesterday, but now they're...
Так что ты делал вчера в лесу, Антон?
So what were you doing in the forest yesterday, Anton?
Я в школу через лес хожу.
I go to school through the forest.
Могла выпасть легко.
It could have easily fallen out of my bag. Easily. Just like me producing this half-truth.
Будь осторожнее.
Be careful out there. Before I could realize whether it was a genuine piece of advice or a veiled threat, the teacher said,
Класс. А сейчас лейтенант расскажет о правилах, которые вам необходимо соблюдать.
Class, the officer will now tell you some rules you should follow.
Так маньяк все-таки есть.
So the killer does exist.
Пока мы ничего вам сказать не можем.
We can't make any of this public for now. Romya swayed in his chair and gave me a thumbs up. Attaboy! Good job keeping your trap shut. Let me just give you this very obvious signal in the middle of class, in front of the police officers, where other people can see. That probably will snitch. Good job. This is a subtle secret that absolutely nobody else will know, right? I nodded even though I didn't feel a shred of pride from his praise. After all, he was the one who threw my notebooks and textbooks into the snow. He was the one ordering Simone, despite changing his alliance later.
Но есть преступник или нет, вы должны четко помнить о собственной безопасности.
Whether the criminal really exists or not, you should be mindful of your safety.
Вас бережет милиция. Вас опекают родители и учителя. Но в первую очередь защищать себя должны вы сами.
The police, your parents, and your teachers all watch over you, but no one guard you better than you yourself.
Итак, кто там что хотел
Alright,
узнать?
any questions? I glanced at his patch on his arm and I thought it was a fucking Among Us thing. It's not, but I was like, oh, there it is. There's the face. The Among Us meme where they're everywhere. Stockade of arms rose from the desks.
А у вас оружие с собой? А покажите пистолет. А покажите, пожалуйста.
Охрану у школы выставят.
Будет охрана. Точно.
Kids shouted over each other, swarming the policeman with questions. In an attempt to calm down that chorus, he moved towards the blackboard. The gray file was left lying in front of me. Sir, looks like police business. I think, don't you... Is this mine now? Do I keep? I stared at it, my breathing so ragged that it might have looked like someone who just ran a 100-meter sprint. Beads of sweat rolled down my back.
Ясно.
I looked around the classroom. Look at her smug fucking face. My classmates were catching officers' every word. All of the grunts and noises he's making. Only Romka was saying something to Biasha. Lilia was staring into the window, fighting back yawns.
Объявлять комендантский час причин пока нет. Слишком мало времени прошло с момента исчезновения.
Oh, guys, should we open the file? Should we open the file? He did leave it on my desk. I don't know. I kind of want to, but this might get me in trouble. But it seems I only narrowly avoided getting in trouble, so maybe I shouldn't touch it. But maybe I should touch it. I don't know how much time I have to do this. Oh, he right. He do stuff. He won't notice. I'm gonna. Ah! He noticed! He noticed very, very clearly! As soon as I touched the folder, Constantine lashed at me with his eyes. My hands instinctively moved away as if the stare actually hurt. The officer just kept staring at me without saying a word, making me squirm under the weight of his unforgivable silence and the sneering looks of my classmates. The officer finished his lecture and started searching around with his eyes. You left it here! Of course I want to snoop. Finally, he noticed the folder he left on my desk, put it silently under his arm, and went towards the blackboard without looking back.
И еще раз.
Wow, he noticed real quick. Let me say this again.
Если вы заметите в поселке кого-то подозрительного, неважно, возле школы или на лесной тропинке, сразу сообщайте в милицию.
If you see anyone suspicious in the village, be it near the school or the forest trail, contact the police immediately.
Телефон-то знаете?
You know our number, right? 02. Okay, good to know. I hope that doesn't come up later because, well, I'll remember it's 02. But, like, thank goodness I didn't have to suddenly know the Russian police code because, good God, I would not have known it.
Спасибо, ребята.
Thanks for listening, boys and girls.
Спасибо, Лилия Павловна.
Thank you, Lilia.
И это... Одноклассника вашего.
We'll find your classmate like we found the other one. Oh, right. Forget that. Yeah, right. A thought flashed through my mind. Dig through enough trenches and maybe you'll be able to piece them together. Like Legos. My thoughts turned evil for some reason and I couldn't control them. I tried to switch to the lieutenant's speech about suspicious individuals. What if I saw the killer before? What if I was at the hair's breadth from them? Suspicious people, How suspicious was the fox girl that wandered into the forest? Don't tell them you saw a fox wander into the forest. They're gonna be like, yeah, and they lived there, so what? A weirdo that always appears out of nowhere and then dissolves into thin air with her riddles and rhymes. Could she really harm the hulking Simon? Yes, I believe she could. Should I tell the officer about her? Wait, what if I get mocked for speaking out? What if I start whispering behind my back? Or what's even worse, think I'm insane? If you're gonna reach out to the police, you should do so privately. Mom gave me a stern look over the shoulder. I doubt someone like him would approve of cooperating with the police. Katya's braids dangled nervously behind the delinquent sitting in front of me. My hand was glued to the
До
desk.
свидания, лейтенант.
He was saying goodbye to Lilia. He's about to leave. It'll be too late soon. Oh, stay silent. Because he's not gonna... It's a fox. He's not gonna believe me. No way. I've had enough humiliation. I'll keep my head down, like a bunny. I locked my fingers and zipped my mouth. I got the achievement quiet as a mouse. The bell rang. Lilia passed by without looking my way. Polina left after her. My classmates went silent at the same time as if someone muted the sound on the TV. They followed me with their eyes the whole time I was passing between the rows. Judgmental looks. I felt like I was in the scopes of many sniper rifles. I squeezed through the barricades made of desks looking for Polina. But instead I stumbled into my new buddies. No! Where's Polina? Momka and Biasha were waiting for me at the notice board.
Я в тебе не ошибся, Тошик.
I was right about you, Toshka.
Пацан! Не спалил, как мы чуть было свинью не забили.
Atta boy, you didn't rat us out. you know, roughing up Porky.
Это повело бы милицию по ложному следу.
This would have given the police a false lead,
Наверное.
I think.
А вы точно не имеете отношения к исчезновению Семёна?
Are you sure you have nothing to do with Simone's disappearance?
Мы-то нет, а вот ты.
No, but what about you?
Помнишь, как срулила от нас в потемках?
Remember how you bailed out on us in the darkness? No.
Да, я так и говорю. Очкарик, дверь!
Yeah, I was like, this Four Eyes is a beast.
Феодырного нагонит и кокнет на!
We'll catch up with Fatso and end him. No, I'm pretty sure that's not what happened.
Базаришь.
What he said.
Однако мы тебе верим, а ты нам.
But we believe you. Works both ways, right? Monka's stern look made me uncomfortable, so I nodded.
Вот ты славно.
Good to hear. Rumka lowered his voice and looked around the corridor in suspicion. The other kids were stealing glances at us, whispering.
Что ж, Сёма пропал, это правда.
So, Simoa is missing. That's a fact.
Как и факт,
Not just
что он
missing,
просто пропал.
but most likely
И,
already
скорее
dead.
всего, уже сдох.
Uh,
А ты почем знаешь?
how do you know that?
Так
Because, reasons.
мы за это уже терли. Здесь такие случаи не впервой.
Because we talked about this. This is not the first time this has happened.
Думаешь, Сенечка, Вова этот и Сёма в Нарнию попали?
You think they went to Narnia? Oh, you're not
Посидят
gonna
в
give me a
лесу с
thing about
карамелькой за щекой и
Narnia?
назад пришлепают.
Just assume I would know about Narnia? I do, but like, wow, he didn't put a thing for that? And they'll return from the forest after hanging out there, sucking on some candy? Ha ha ha, funny you mention candy.
Ясно же, кто их к себе прибрал.
It's clear who got them.
Неужели черный?
Can it be the black?
Маничела!
The serial killer!
Бля, буду пацаны! Это все местная Чикатило.
Sure as fuck, guys. It's a local... Hoopst? Audrey Chicalito? Oh, Chicalito. A Soviet serial killer and cannibal. He sexually assaulted and killed at least 43 people. Oh my god. Mostly women and children. He was later deemed legally sane and sentenced to death by a firing squad. Jesus Christ. I think I watched a casual criminalist on that guy.
Вычислить бы еще, кто он такой.
Don't think we can find out who he is.
Ну, если этот убийца Бабурина завалил, он и по нашу душу явится, отвечаю.
Well, if that killer off the Buddha, he'll come after us too.
Что же делать?
What do we do now?
Вместе держаться, вот что. Втроем мы, как Вольтрон.
The three of us are like Voltron. You don't need to give me a glossary thing on Voltron, but sure, let me look about it. Voltron, an anime series about 5 teenagers that pilot robot lions and fuse into a single mega robot to protect the universe from the forces of evil. It was aired in Russia during the 1990s on channel 2X2. Interesting. Yeah, Voltron's good. I liked the Netflix reboot of it. Very good. Very good shit.
Это...
Uh,
В Вольтроне их 5 было на.
there were 5 of them in Voltron, huh? Well, that means we just need to collect 2 more.
Ну, считай, мы покалеченный Вольтрон.
We're injured Voltron then. We're a small one. He looked at me with an adult gaze and nodded. His eyes were full of worry and sadness.
Ладно, раз Сёмы больше нет, айда с нами.
Whatever. Since Simile is no longer with us, let's go.
Дело одно есть. Постоишь для вида, покараулишь. Тебя,
Whatever.
кажется, уже боятся все.
We have a job to do. You'll keep watch for us. And everyone seems to be scared shitless of you. Scared shitless? Of me? I still couldn't wrap all that around my head. Their attitude softened me up, and I agreed on the spot. But Polina... I followed Romka and Biasha through the twilight corridors of our school, savoring my newfound brazenness. We walked pompously, like heroes of some criminal drama. As if the three of us had access to some knowledge hidden from everyone else. I'm not sure I would have gone with them if they told me what the goal of our campaign was. We hid in the darkness near the school gym. My companions started rubbing their knuckles, watching boys leave the dressing room. Finally, Biasha pointed at someone inside the crowd.
Вон этот лох!
There's the sucker! Romka smiled dangerously and proclaimed in a low voice.
Стой на стреме, и если кто из училок объявится, дай знать.
Keep watch. If you see a teacher, let us know. What's going on?
Гляди в четыреглазно!
Watch with all four eyes, eh? What's going on?
Давай! Ты нам должен.
I stood in the corner, filled with conflicting feelings and thoughts.
Ничего я не должен. Ты чё, не понял?
Oh, in a cul-de-sac behind me, Romka was having a back and forth with some 5th grader.
Может, тебя на счетчик поставить, а?
I don't know what grade we're in. I think 6? The boy was protesting on the verge of tears, but Romka stood his ground, spewing countless obscenities at him, with Biasha occasionally adding a couple of words of his own. Would Dad praise me for being involved with this?
Всё, вали давай.
Alright, now scram. Well, they just kind of got in his face and yelled at him. That seemed to be fine, I guess. My new friends came out of the cul-de-sac. Is it always said like that? I really never imagined the dash is part of it. Oh, you stole his camera. That's rude. Get that back. Light bulb illuminated the camera in Romka's hands.
Полароид. Он твой?
Wow, a Polaroid. Is it yours? Is he gonna tell me it is now? Romka shook the black electronics marble with a retractable flash, disinterested.
Теперь мой.
Yep. Yeah, he is gonna say that. It is now.
Мне тут один должник велик торчал за свой гнилой базар.
There was this guy who owned me a bike for talking shit.
Но, говорит, нет у него велосипеда.
Turned out he didn't have one.
Вот и расплатился фотиком.
So he paid with the cam.
А мне он, честно говоря, в хер не впился.
And I have jack shit use for it. Well, then why'd you take it? I felt bad for that boy, but all the negative thoughts disappeared when I looked at the treasured camera. I could clearly imagine how happy Olya would be with this Polaroid. I imagined myself taking pictures of my sister, my dad, and mom. Faces of my family would gradually appear on the hard paper, as if emerging from a dissolving mist. I fucking love Polaroid shit. I take pictures of Polina too. That way I'd be able to get her photo for myself. That's a little creepy. I keep it in my desk, under lock and key. That is still creepy.
Раз он тебе не нужен, можешь мне его отдать?
If you don't need it, can I get it? Roma measured me with a sharp glare, turning it to the Rom guy I met yesterday. Callous leader of carnivorous pack.
Ты извини, братан, но я вещами просто так не разбрасываюсь.
Sorry, bro, but I don't throw away things like that.
Могу в ломбард загнать, ну или разыграть во что-нибудь.
I could drop it at some pawn shop or bet it on some game. For some reason, as soon as he mentioned a game, I remembered Elisa. I looked at the Polaroid.
Ну давай я с тобой на него сыграю. Только во что?
Let's play for it then. Do you have a game in mind? Biasha snickered into his fist.
Чаром! Снимем с нашего Антошки последние штаны!
Yo, Romka, shall we make Antoshka lose his shirt?
Я тебе что, пидор с пацанов штаны снимать?
Do I look like someone who would strip another dude to you? Yes. Romka stared at me from above.
На что играть собрался?
What do you have to bet?
У тебя хоть бабки есть?
Do you even have cash?
Во-во! Свети карманы, Тофик!
That's right, what's in your pockets, Tosh? Why are they giving me so many names? Why are they giving me so many different names? I slowly turned the pockets of my pants inside out. In vain hopes? I think maybe vain hopes? I don't know. Of salvaging at least some change for my lunch money. Something rustled in my pocket. I fished out the Mercedes-Benz insert I got thanks to Elisa. I guess I shoved it there without thinking when it flew out of my school bag with all the notebooks.
А на вкладыши играете?
Did you play for this insert? Biasha's eyes almost popped out of their sockets as soon as I brought the car's picture closer, but Romka didn't move a muscle.
Хочешь, чтобы я целый фотик за какой-то там фантик отдал?
Want me to bet a whole camp for some insert? That's...
Да жвачки это рубль цена, в полароиде кассета еще целая.
The gum is worth 1 ruble, and this Polaroid has a fresh cartridge inside. Oh, look, that's...
Ой, у меня таких вкладышей жопой жуй, на кой мне еще?
I have a shit ton of inserts like that. Why would I want...
Мерседес-Бенц, на! Его-то нам и не хватало, Робert!
Mercedes-Benz, eh? The one we're still missing, Romka?
Фу, блин.
Oh, he didn't wanna... He wanted to sweeten the deal. He knew what I had. Romka spit on the ground and slapped Biasha over the back of the head.
Ну ты и трепло, братка. Теперь он за него цену до небес взвинтит.
Why can't you keep your mouth shut? Now he'll jack up the price. No, I still just want that camera. Just like I suspected, this automobile was a valuable addition for every turbo gum collector.
Ага, значит, появился интерес?
Ah, so this caught your eye after
Так
all.
во что будем играть?
What are we going to play?
Подкидного!
Oh, I don't know what that is. Can we play Uno?
В ножички?
I also don't know what that is either. The blink of an eye. A greasy deck of most likely marked cards appears in Biasha's hands, and Romka masterfully swung his butterfly knife out in front of my nose. I had no desire to play by their rules.
А давайте в камень-ножницы.
Let's play rock, paper, scissors. Oh boy!
О, а ты у нас любишь рисковать.
I see you're a gambler.
Ну что, мой полароид против твоего Мерса?
Oh fuck, chat. I don't know if I'm gonna be able to.
По рукам.
Deal. Oh great. Oh. This is fine. Yeah.
Есть!
I did it. Oh, this is my hand on the right. I thought I was the left. Oh, okay. I raised my fist towards the ceiling in triumph.
Стопэ, стопэ. У нас принято до 3 побед играть.
Best out of 5 here. Okay.
А
Okay.
раньше сказать.
Didn't you say that earlier?
Ты думал, все так просто будет, да?
You think it'd be that easy? Yeah?
Не пойму, чё ты хмуришься так? Один раз уже выиграл преимущество на твоей
Oh god, I could do
стороне.
this maybe.
Давай-ка продолжим. 1, 2, 3!
Oh, there's a score. I'm sensing you. Ah! And then fuck me. Oh, what if I do this? Fuck. Ugh. Ah! I did it! Holy fuck, I was so fucking close! Ah! I barely squeaked that out.
Ну, я выиграл. Или теперь мне нужно еще и Бяшу обыграть?
So what, do I win now or do I need to beat Biasha too? Homecom mumbled something under his breath. You probably refuse to play by the rules and I'll be left with nothing.
Эй, Ромать, все по чесноку, на!
I did win fair and square. I got humble in victory achievement. Romka reluctantly gave up.
Везучий ты, сука. Держи.
You're one lucky bastard. Here.
Только писюн свой не фоткай.
Just don't take pictures of your wiener. I weighed the Polaroid in my palms and realized I was smirking like a true winner. I cannot believe I did that. Oh, it's been 7 days since the lieutenant visited our class. We skipped by a week. First glance, everything was still the same. But now I have a camera. The forest still held out its gnarly claws towards the village, and the wind whipped up the white flags heaved from powdery snow every night. My parents argued in the other room. I would turn up the TV's volume to silence their muffled voices and sit closer to Olya. Volva's and Simone's photos were still 2 black spots on the notice board. Someone else is gonna go missing. We have plenty of room. Something did change. I could see how different the looks of my classmates were. I made my pockets bulge with gifted apples. Her animosity was gone. School wasn't scary anymore. But most importantly, Polina noticed me. A shadow slid across my desk, leaving behind a mysterious note. I glanced into the spaces between rows, but the messenger was already nowhere to be found. Who sent me this note? What could this carefully ripped out and neatly folded piece of paper be hiding from me? More threats and humiliation, or... I took the piece of paper and carefully inhaled the wafting aroma. Blackberry. I'll be waiting at the cul-de-sac near the dressing room. Come alone. Oh, Polina? Oh, Polina? Polina does smell like blackberries. Drunk on that sudden call, I immediately started walking, looking over my shoulder from time to time, making sure nobody is following me. I didn't even notice how I almost broke into a run and jumped around the corner. As soon as I did that, I rammed into somebody inside the dark nook.
Ой!
Polina! Hi, Polina! Like a magic bird, a green notebook glided to my feet. Polina puffed her cheeks in exaggerated anger.
Петров! Да ты совсем зрение потерял.
Oh, Petrov, have you lost your sight completely? I fixed my glasses. My nearsightedness wasn't that embarrassing anymore. I bent down and picked up the notebook.
Прости, я так торопился.
Hi.
Ты меня ждала? Что случилось?
Sorry, I was in a rush. Were you waiting for me? Did something happen? Lena studied me with her eyes and clicked her tongue.
А знаешь, на что ты похож, Антоша?
Do you know what you look like, Antosha?
На блюзовую импровизацию.
Like blues improv. What does that mean? Do you like blues improv? I blinked in bewilderment. Cool, I'm not the only one confused.
Это как?
What do you mean?
Для меня все люди с чем-то ассоциируются.
I always associate people I know with something.
И для меня. Но не с музыкой же.
I do that too. But why music?
Вот как раз с музыкой.
It can't be anything other than music.
Бывают люди гитарные соло. Или барабанный бой. Или военный марш, как наша Лилия Павловна.
Some people are like guitar solos. Some are drums. People like our Lilia Pavlovna are war marches.
А ты такой задумчивый, таинственный.
And
Иногда
you,
немного печальный.
you're so thoughtful, so mysterious. Sometimes even a bit sad.
Ты точно блюз.
You're definitely blues.
А почему импровизация?
What about the improv part?
А это когда слушатель не догадывается, куда свернет мелодия, какой темп возьмет.
It's when the listener has no idea where the melody will go, what tempo it will adopt. Of course, some of the things Polina said were completely over my head. But I couldn't stop looking at her smile, light like a breeze in May, and her eyes deep and blue. Oh, she has pretty blue eyes.
Чтобы распознать в тебе музыку, нужен опыт и вкус.
One needs to have experience and taste to recognize the music in you.
Это не какая-то там эстрада.
You're not some pop music.
Я, наверное, вообще не знаю, что такое этот блюз.
I don't even think I know what blues is. Polina gasped and frowned, which made her look even more beautiful.
Не произноси при мне такие слова. Я тебе обязательно дам кассету.
Don't say something like that to my face again. I'll make sure to give you a cassette.
Раньше мне дедушка из города столько музыки привозил. И джаз, и свинг, и классику.
Oh, Grandpa used to bring me so much music from the city. Jazz, swing, and classical too.
Это он подметил, что у меня склад ума, как у музыканта.
He was the one to notice my musical mindset.
Я еще совсем маленькой пыталась на бумаге записать звуки природы.
When I
Пение
was-
дождя, леса.
When I was very little, I tried recording the sounds of nature on paper, songs of rain in the forest.
Эх, мне бы твои уши.
I wish I had ears like yours.
А мне бы твои глаза.
And I'd love to have your eyes. I tense up, worried she was making fun of me, but Polina shook her head.
Да-да, я серьезно. У тебя глаза художника.
No, I'm serious. You have the eyes of an artist.
Смотришь на вещи и фиксируешь их. Я так не умею.
You're so good at picturing things. I can't do that. She's gonna ruin our moment. Katya walked past us with her trademark frosty glare. We dove into the shadows trying to escape it.
Теперь понимаешь, почему мы тут прячемся? Вот из-за таких, как она.
You understand why we're hiding here, right? Because of people like her.
А Катька
Shut up,
какая
phone.
мелодия.
First, use your
Shut up. What kind of melody is Katya? Polina flashed me a sly smile.
Скрип несмазанных дверных петель.
The squeaking sound of unoiled door hinges.
Знаешь, такой мерзкий дискант.
You know, this nasty discount. I giggled, covering my mouth. Oh, she's gonna know. Oh. Katya didn't hear our whispers, but she suddenly glanced over her shoulder, clearly annoyed. A moment later, she sighed and went her way. Oh, I remembered about the notebook I was still clutching in my hand. I turned it in my hands. Oh, friends only. Oh, cute. Instead of a subject name, the front side had the name of the owner and 2 words, friends only.
Любопытной Варваре кое-что оторвали.
Curiosity killed the cat, you know.
Прости, это анкета?
I'm sorry. Is this a questionnaire?
Заполнял когда-нибудь?
Have you ever filed one?
Угу.
I lied that I had. In reality, girl classmates from my previous school had never asked me to fill their questionnaires. It was quite upsetting. Quite upsetting. You just make up questionnaires for people? I never did that. Maybe I'm the weird one. I mean, it was a girl hobby. You just answer a set of questions about your favorite actors and colors, but entrusting someone with a notebook was a sign of friendship. And maybe it's something even more. Something I had only a vague idea about.
Хочешь, заполни мою?
Oh, you could fill in mine if you want. My heartbeat quickened.
Хочу, спасибо.
I do. Thank you. Oh my god. Oh my god, chat, we're bonding.
А хотя... Там же столько секретов.
Actually, there are so many secrets there.
Наверное, лучше тебе не знать, о чем мы, девочки, думаем.
You'd be better off not knowing what we girls think. She searched for the notebook, playing with me. I tossed my finding into my free hand. Polina tried to intercept my move. Oh my goodness! Oh my goodness! Chad, she's so cute! I'm gonna die! Oh, I love her so much. Her hair briefly touched my face, tickling my nose with its silky locks. I sensed an aroma and immediately filled the whole world. Fragrant, alluring, lively. Oh, excuse me, I'm still eating. If only I could picture it. Steal it for myself. Oh, look at her eyes. Oh, she's so pretty. I felt dizzy, but I gathered myself and spoke in a voice reminiscent of Lieutenant... Fucking what's his name?
Ваша анкета является важнейшей уликой, и я вынужден временно изъять ее для изучения.
Your questionnaire is an important piece of evidence, so I'm afraid I have to confiscate it for further examination. Polina covered her mouth that rounded in fake horror.
И что мне грозит за сокрытие улик?
And what are the implications of concealing evidence?
Следствие покажет.
We'll decide that in the course of our investigation.
Сдаюсь, товарищ милиционер. Только обещайте ничего не читать.
Just promise you won't read anything.
Здесь содержатся секретные сведения.
It's full of sensitive information.
Боюсь, что мне все-таки придется выяснить, не влюблен ли кто в гражданина Петрова.
Oh, I'm afraid I'll have to investigate whether someone is in love with Mr. Petrov. Oh. Oh, her smile is not that great. I'm not gonna lie. Lena burst out laughing and pressed herself against my chest, showering me with the aroma of her hair and her milky skin that looked almost transparent, with tiny threads of veins running underneath it. Her whisper was hot, like a piece of butter sizzling on a pan.
Тогда поклянитесь, что не станете разглашать информацию.
Oh, then swear that you will keep this information private.
Честная милицейская.
I swear on my police badge.
А теперь, Антоша, самое время поторопиться.
And now we need to hurry, Antosha. Oh, that was really cute. I think I'm going to save and end here for the night. I'm feeling very sleepy. This is a lot of fun though. I really like this. I really like this series. It's so nice. It's so nice.